Well, Kelly, let me explain something to you about some sort of relationships. And I don't know what you're doing in yours, but a relationship is not a contract and a business decision. Okay? Because if that was the case, I've seen your picture and you're not worth it. Let me tell you something. I mean, you're not worth taking care of and doing all that shit. I would get something a lot hotter than you. So if you're going to look at it like a business deal, then, you need to fix yourself up a bit because, you're very fucking boring. I mean, at what point do you whittle down relationships to contractual agreements and take it all the way to the point where you adequate it to a fucking buying a house or a car? Are you out of your fucking mind? Oh my God, here goes the C word again. Oh, can I just say C word? I mean, can I just do that without offending anybody? Because I know I have a lot of female listeners, and it either really pisses them off or they don't care. And okay, I'm just going to say the C word. No, I'm not going to say the C word. I'm trying really hard here. Yes, marriage is not a business agreement. It's not a business agreement. Maybe for your relationship because, I don't know, maybe you didn't marry well, but all right, I'll get back to it. Oh my God, I'm trying real hard not to go off. All right, here.
And would think that was very wise or advisable to just kind of go in haphazardly and just hope you get a good house or hope you get a good car, but you're going to bring your parents involved, especially if they know things about houses or cars or whatever, and you're going to ask the advice of your friends and your family just to kind of get an idea of whether or not it's something that would fit you very well. So I think the same should be true. How much more it should be true for a marriage, which is a daily life, more so than, a car or a house or whatever,
And last question, do you think in 2013, do you think that women are becoming more quote unquote marriable or less quote unquote marriable in the context of this conversation?
I think both men and women are becoming less and less marriable. A lot of men are kind of getting tied up in gaming and spending a lot of time on the internet, and so that would make for a poor husband, just kind of like a lazy couch potato that just sits around all day and doesn't really help around the house or, fix things or whatever. And also a lot of women who, I think, get caught up in the whole, feminist thing. Well, I'm not going to do wash and I'm not going to do cooking because there has been some stereotype that women typically do those things. So I'm not going to do it just to prove something. I don't know. It just seems very silly to me. If you don't mind doing wash, then do wash. It just kind of seems very nonsensical to me.
See, now, the wisdom voodoo that Kelly Vixen always uses, she flipped it around on me and she made it a two-way street. And apparently men and women need to aspire to be much, much more marriable than they presently are. And I think I agree with that, Kelly. I think it's pretty hard to refute it, actually. You have certain traits and qualities that I think make marriage work, and I don't
have on your fucking show. Dude, I mean, really? We're becoming more unmarriable? Why are men becoming more unmarriable? Oh, please tell me. Because we don't live in the fucking 1800s anymore, and we don't rope cattle and come in and impregnate our bitches and expect them to cook and clean and wait on us like servants? Is that why we're not becoming more? I mean, what? Oh, please tell me. You fucking douchebag. Well, you douchebag and you little fucking cunt can kiss my ass. Because if that's what you do in your relationships, I look forward and see there's a reason. There's a reason, Brock and Kelly. There's a fucking reason why Christians have a higher divorce rate than atheists. There's a reason. Okay? You're at 35%, we're at fucking 20. There's a reason. It's because you let this religious, stupid fucking bullshit, this crap from the 1800s come in. And let me tell you something. Whenever you wonderful Christian men are sitting around trying to figure out, well, I want to be a great wife, and the women are trying to figure out, well, I want to make a great husband. The reason you're not finding this 1800-year mentality is because we've evolved. All right? We've evolved. Women are much stronger today than they were back then. Women can fucking vote now as opposed to back then. Men, on the other hand, yeah, I would have to agree maybe a little bit with Kelly on that. Yeah, men are becoming more into this fucking gaming shit, all this kind of stuff. But you know what? No. You know why? Because you're looking for the people that you're hanging around with, you little shitbag, the guys you're hanging around with or looking at, or your husband or whatever, that's what he does. And that's why you think every man does that. Between working and going to school and doing this show, I have 16-hour days, 7 days a fucking week. I don't stop. I don't. And I know all of my friends are exactly the same way. So I don't know, with your little stupid fucking irritating wisdom that you have, Kelly Vixen's wisdom. Kelly Vixen's wisdom is that her head is up her fucking husband's ass. And Brock, if that's you, because I don't know, I know you're fucking her, but I don't know if you're married. I don't know. That I will look into for next time. But I'm going to end this another 45 seconds, and then I'm going to get into For Women Who Just Want to Understand Men by Kelly Vixen, because she has a handle on the whole man shit and what you should do to make sure that your man is happy. So I'll finish this out and we'll start the next one.
Hard to refute it, actually. You have certain traits and qualities that I think make marriage work, and I don't think that those just kind of spring forth. I think you got to work at them. I think you got to develop them, and I don't think modern society spends a whole lot of time cultivating those things in us. Thank you for listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.
Follow him on Facebook and Twitter.
Yes, douchebag central. Oh my God. You know, I don't know whether I don't know. I don't know whether I dislike him more or I can't stand her fucking meandering to the male authority. I don't know. You know, I mean, I would die to know what these two think of, like somebody like Hillary Clinton, you know, Michelle Obama, Michelle Warren, you know, highly powerful women in the world, whether it be in media, television, attorneys, college professors. I wonder what they would think of those type of people. Well, I think Kelly's going to say, well, if she went to college and she got her PhD and she's teaching at a college level or she's a professor, that means she spent too much time away from her family, because that is a very daunting task to have. What she should have done was stay close to her man, do whatever he tells her to do, suck his dick when he wants, and make sure his dinner's on the table and leave him alone, because that's the godly way. And we know that's a godly way because the Bible says so. And the Bible also says that women are pieces of shit, and that's why I agree with it, and that's why I am who I am. We know. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry that I use the C word, ladies. I know a lot of women listen to this, and I'm going to get some emails, you know, but it just doesn't seem right to call them fucking assholes. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't seem right to call women that. But it seems right for a ton, I guess. I don't know. You know, it's like, and us men know that. We know that the thing that's going to piss you off the more, and we can call you bitches, and we can call you this, that, and the other, but once we release a C word, we have just gone past a point of no return. We know it. And we do it because we're so fucking pissed, and she got me so fucking pissed, and I am sorry if I offended any atheists, and you Christians can go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. All right, I'm gonna play For Women Who Want to Understand Men, and I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. This is for women who want to understand men, because evidently Kelly's got it locked up. She's got it locked up. If you want to understand your man, she thinks this is scientific, because brains there decided that it was scientific. So I'm going to play this, and you women, I tell you what, if this doesn't piss you off, I don't know. Maybe I don't have a grasp on women then. Here is Kelly Vixen, which I think, no, she doesn't have a show here, but she does appear on the Atheist Antidote quite a bit because I'm positive she's fucking the guy. I'm positive. I mean, I'm not really positive, but she's got to be. So I don't know. I'll have to look into that, see if they're married or not. And if they're not married, and they both have separate wives, they're fucking. I promise you. He's a good-looking dude. She, not so much, but he's a good-looking dude. So I'm going to play For Women Who Want to Understand Men. Here we go. All right, let me fast forward through this shit. I can't stand his intro anymore.
About men.
Okay, here we go.
Of truth-telling ahead.
It's a scientific study of men.
Your host.
Scientific study, everybody. Here we go.
The transitional time.
By Kelly fucking
It's
Vixen.
like when men come home from work, they need time to transition from work mood to home mood. Men will do these things, and they're like rituals. Young married women can be often hurt when a man will come home and she's like, hey, how are you? And she's kissing him, and she wants to talk about his day and talk about her day, and then he just kind of is a little bit standoffish. And then he goes and does his thing, you know, whatever it is. Like for my father, it was reading the newspaper. He would come home, he would read the newspaper from cover to cover, and while he was reading the newspaper, he would make dinner. And everybody knew that you didn't talk to Dad while he was reading the newspaper because it was literally like talking to a brick wall. It doesn't mean that they're not interested or they don't love you or they're, you know, pushing you away, but it's really important for a man to kind of switch gears from work mode to home mode.
Okay, this is a crock of shit. Now, Kelly, just because you had a bad fucking upbringing and you had a father that didn't give a fucking shit about you does not mean that is the whole of... I was about to say something. That is not the whole of madness. It is not manrific to do such things. Oh my God. Almost caught myself doing that one. Manrific. No, I mean, it's so funny. This girl says, well, we knew not to mess with Dad whenever he came home, and we should stay away from him while Mom was cooking dinner, you see, because that's how she grew up, and that's fine. That's your thing. But, yes, you had a shitty fucking father. Sorry. That he wouldn't pay attention to you until he got the New York fucking Times read. Sorry. You know, he probably knocked your mother up at 16, had to marry her, was fucking miserable the rest of his fucking life. Well, it looks like we lost power. Yeah, I know. It would appear that we lost power. Maybe God came in there and decided to fuck with me. That's why this was cut off. I actually had to come back in here and edit this just to make sure you guys knew that I was ending the show. We're going to continue this with a part 2. Please look forward to it. Should be on tomorrow night at some time, maybe about another 30 minutes. So we will see you then. Thank you so much for being here.